Your weather first at 6. Flood advisory for parts of the Miami Valley. How much rain have we seen so far, and will we see more rain in the near future? I'll let you know in your first morning forecast coming up.
Right now, a baseball legend with Ohio ties is gone. We have the history of the Boss.
An organization reaching out to put local kids to work and even set them on the right career path.
And it may not be your typical wedding location, but an area couples ties the knot in a very meaningful way.
From the heart of where you live, this is ABC 22, Dayton's news source at 6.
Weather-wise, did have some heavy rain rolling through the area this afternoon. Good evening, I'm Don Hammond.
I'm Kylie Conway. We certainly did. I heard it outside. You probably heard it too.
Thunder too.
Yeah, we're going to go over to first warning meteorologist Andrew Michael to see if we have any more storms on the way. It was a downpour.
Yeah, it definitely was, and helped us cool off, at least here at the station, feeling a little cooler now. But if you live north of Dayton, you're probably thinking, what the heck happened? I saw no rain at all, and you're actually sitting a little warmer. Take a look at the temperatures. 82 still in the northern part of the Miami Valley. Where they've seen the rain, though, they're in the lower 70s. Here's that rain we've seen the last couple of hours. Basically, Dayton and southward, and maybe a little bit to the east of Dayton, northeast of Dayton. Saw a few showers. Right now, though, everything kind of starting to dissipate outside. We'll zoom into a couple of these showers, let you see where they still are. Basically, off to the west of the Dayton area as we head towards Richmond. Also by Arcanum, heading down towards Eaton, a few light showers. As we move things over to the eastern part of the Miami Valley, just a few light showers over that way. As we go through the next couple of hours, we're going to watch all of this slowly move its way out. Could see an isolated shower by midnight, but we will see a chance for fog as we head into the morning hours with clearing skies building into the area. Stepping into the phone booth later on, we got some great prizes to talk about. The air show possibly. How about Boonshoff Museum of Discovery, even potentially a Frisch's Big Boy gift certificate. A lot of good stuff. We'll talk about what you can win coming up. For now, I'll toss it back to the desk.
Thank you, Andrew. He was brash, bold, and bigger than life. And when he went shopping for a baseball team, only one was big enough.
When George Steinbrenner died today at age 80, he was still the boss of the New York Yankees. ABC's John Berman has the latest.
If you can't make the tough decisions, you can't be the boss.
For better or worse, he was the boss, owner of one of the most famous and successful sports franchises in history. He came to the scene in 1973, bought the once proud Yankees from CBS, and began to resurrect the franchise. He went after many of baseball's biggest stars, outbidding and overpaying for them, and brought greatness back to the house that Ruth built. Steinbrenner's domineering success soon gave way to equally domineering failures. He made questionable acquisitions, and his blunt, hands-on approach produced no championships through the 1980s. Off the field, he was suspended from baseball twice, once for seeking information that would discredit a star outfielder who was in a contract dispute with him. But he was most famous for his impulsive moves. As the boss, he changed managers 20 times in his first 23 seasons. He hired and fired Billy Martin 5 times.
That's not the way it's going to be, Joe. You're damn right it is, and if you don't like it, you're fired. You haven't hired me yet.
Without him, during his second suspension, the Yankees were able to develop and keep a core of young players. And a new Yankee dynasty was born.
And the New York Yankees are the team of the 20th century. The celebration begins.
His business success remains a model for sports franchises everywhere. The Yankees were one of the first teams to have their own cable network, helping turn a $10 million investment into a $1 billion empire. And in Tampa, Steinbrenner's longtime home, he is known and loved for his quiet but enduring philanthropy. Yankee fans will always remember him, both as the man who brought the glory days back to the Bronx and the man who fired the most beloved Yankee of all time. Some will remember him, not unjustly, by his caricature on Seinfeld, blustery and irrational, truly the boss.
We're going to stick with the calzones from Paisanos. That's the ticket.
But the image of the boss at the 2008 All-Star Game, weakened by time and overwhelmed by emotion, touched everyone. And now, the boss is dead.
That was John Berman reporting, and even players who never wore the trademark Yankee pinstripes are remembering the man who many say made baseball what it is today. Nathan Baker will have even more on this story a little later in the newscast.
What a legacy. Well, a 5-year-old boy who watched a man overdose on heroin is in the custody of Children's Services. It happened Monday afternoon near the Courtyard by Marriott near UD Arena. A woman found the child wandering around the parking lot crying, then discovered 2 unconscious men in this SUV.
It's a huge issue. I'm not going to say we see a lot of it, but it's very dangerous, not only for the 2 occupants of the motor vehicle, but also for the child.
One of the drug users died. The other was taken to Miami Valley Hospital, and he may face child endangering and numerous drug charges. The boy is currently in the care of Butler County Children's Services.
An apparent home invasion leads to 2 suspects shooting one man and beating another with his own cane. It occurred last night on the 2400 block of North Main Street in Dayton just before midnight. Both victims were sent to the hospital for treatment of their injuries. Now, police admit violence is very common in this neighborhood.
We've got a crime prevention officer working actively to address the issues, to figure out what we can do better to reduce the violence in this area.
Both men are expected to recover from their injuries, and police are still searching for suspects.
The Dayton Urban League's Summer Youth Employment Program is looking to put even more Dayton students to work for the summer. The Summer Employment Program has already set 200 students up with jobs for the summer and is looking to get 100 more employed. Today, the league let the business community know that there are plenty of students looking for work. Officials say a summer job can lead someone down the right career path.
Summer employment oftentimes helps individuals to figure out what they want to do as a career. Internship or summer employment can sometimes tell you what you want to do, but sometimes it can tell you what you don't want to do. So it's a good way for individuals to figure out where they want to go in their lives.
Students available for hire range anywhere from those still in high school to college graduates.
Voters are taking to the polls today to decide which Democrat will run against Republican Mike Turner on the November ballot. David Israedi, Guy Fogel, and Joe Roberts are running for the chance to take on the former Dayton mayor. Results of today's election will be on our Fox 45 broadcast after the game. Polls for today close at 7:30 tonight. For a complete list of voting locations, check out our website at Dayton'sNewsSource.com and click on News Links.
Years after killing 5 children in an apartment fire, one man meets his fate.
Coming up, feelings of remorse moments before his scheduled execution.
But first, a very special way for one couple to tie the knot.
Deep in the bayou, where no one has taken you, live stories of families forever changed. Now, journey with Diane Sawyer and see the real faces of the crisis in the Gulf and how we hold those in control accountable. World News with Diane Sawyer is there tonight on ABC.
Attention furniture. In Trotwood, it was a very special morning for one couple who tied the knot.
The happy couple got married in a place that isn't necessarily traditional, but it holds a very special meaning for them. Jackie Kocher explains.
The music, the flashes, the smiles. It's Ann Berger's big day.
Who gives this woman to be married to this man?
I do.
She's marrying Michael, a man she's dated for several years, surrounded by some very special people here at the Friendship Village nursing home.
And I couldn't do it in both places, but I wanted to say thank you, and I wanted to share this day with them. It's a celebration of life and a friendship and a second chance.
A second chance because 1 year ago today, the two were in a serious motorcycle crash.
They tell me, I don't remember it, but I went flying for 30 feet through the air and landed on the opposite side of the car on the road, on the pavement. And he, I believe, was trapped between the bike and the car in the initial impact and then thrown across her hood.
On that road, I found 2 things. I had to believe that there was a God, because I didn't think I was going to make it. And Annie. I didn't want to lose her. So that's why I decided to marry her.
Michael spent months at the nursing home in recovery, and Ann works here. The couple says they got through the hard time because of all of their friends here.
An outpouring of love and cards and prayers, and I just can't tell you how much that meant to us.
It was really a big pleasure for me to be here.
So they said their vows and exchanged I do's among the people they love.
All that's important is just the moment, just sharing the moment with people that care about me and Michael.
I pronounce that they be a husband and wife. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. You may kiss the bride.
In Trotwood, Jackie Kuchar, Dayton's news source.
Wow, congratulations to them. Well, now to some stories making headlines across the state. An Ohio man sentenced to death for killing 5 children in a Cincinnati apartment fire said he was heartily sorry before the carrying out of his execution this morning. 37-year-old William Garner was put to death by lethal injection today at the Lucasville Correctional Facility for the 1992 deaths. Garner is the 39th person executed in Ohio since the practice resumed in 1999. Well, you know, everyone deserves some summer relaxation.
I guess so. Coming up, Carl Day explains that sometimes even man's best friend also deserves a little time off.
And right now the rain taking a little time off here in Dayton, but could we see more overnight? I'll let you know coming up.
We're here with Coach Camp, whose team has just won the championship.
Yes! Dayton's news source on the move, fueled by the convenience stores of Speedway. Text Speedway TV to 45203 and sign up today. What you want when you need it most. Watch ABC 22 Good Morning.
Carl's Body Shop can fix any make or model vehicle and have been doing so for over 75 years at the same location on Wayne Avenue. We have a great service department to take care of all your mechanical needs. 24-hour towing, detailing, much more. Visit on the web at carlsbodyshop.com.
The Carpet Store grand opening going on now at our original location at the corner of Clio and Franklin in Centerville and our new location in the Beaver Square, Beaver Creek. We stock, you save. So don't miss the grand opening savings going on now at both Carpet Store locations.
Don't miss the Party of the Summer. Party at the Beach, Saturday, July 17th at Indian Lake. Party with the Parrots of the Caribbean. Then party with the Danger Brothers. Don't miss the Big Bash, sponsored by Budweiser, Landshark Beer, Shoreline Construction, DP&L, and Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. It's Party at the Beach at Indian Lake, July 17th. Tickets available at IndianLakeChamber.org. Gates open at 11. Tickets $8 in advance, $10 at the gate.
Say howdy to the new Subway Smoked Pulled Pork. This big old foot-long sub is a stampede of flavor with tender smoked pulled pork bathed in a rich barbecue sauce that you can smell clear across the canyon. Choose your favorites and make it your own with all the fresh veggies you want on freshly baked bread. The new Subway Smoked Pulled Pork Sub. Shake hands with your new partner in the Great Flavor Roundup. Crank up the flavor at Subway.
Are you close to...
Hey, well, welcome back. Taking a live look outside with our ODOT webcam. You can see downtown and the horizon there, and we had some rain move through earlier and help kind of clear out the sky. You can't see that haze as well as we could earlier, but you see the roadways have started to dry out, and actually the sun popping out. You can see some of the shadows with the vehicles out here. Now, as we head through the rest of this evening, we could deal with a little more rain and then fog starting to form as we head into the morning hours tomorrow morning. The next few days, it's going to be hot, muggy, and oppressive, but the good news is we head into the air show weekend. It will be less humid, but we have to deal with a little rain before we get there. Now, outside right now on our latest scans, the radar north of Dayton this afternoon pretty much has stayed dry. We are still picking up a few showers making their way through the Indiana counties right now. We'll zoom in a little closer to those here in Wayne County, basically Richmond, also out to the west and south of Richmond and down in Union County by Liberty. This is making its way off to the east. We'll put this in loop for you, kind of show where it's went the last couple of hours. And it's making its way off to the east, slowly also down to the south, but we're going to see these showers kind of dissipate just a little bit. We'll zoom out and show you what we had making its way through the Dayton area earlier, and you can kind of see pretty heavy complex with a lot of rain just basically dumping down. We had the flood advisory for much of the central part of the viewing area, but that since has moved out. Now, what about as far as rainfall totals go? Well, we had a decent amount. Actually, some locations about 2.5 inches between Middletown and Lebanon. But like I said, once you start heading north of Dayton, things quickly dropped off, not seeing a lot. Now, temperatures where they have seen the rain have dropped down close to that 70-degree mark, but where they haven't seen the rain, like Salina or Sydney, where they've got the clear skies, 83 degrees still, actually 82 there, just dropped. But as far as where we've been, where it's rained, much cooler. 73 right now in Dayton. Talking about 90s out here in St. Louis. That'll be heading our way the next couple of days. This is basically going to shift its way out of the area, clearing skies for tonight, which will help lead to a little fog. As we head towards morning tomorrow morning, we will see that patchy fog start to form. But as we head into the afternoon, definitely switching gears, and instead of fog, we're going to be seeing hot conditions for the afternoon tomorrow as we get close to 90 degrees with a few afternoon clouds. Tonight, rain earlier, but then we'll start drying out. 65 patchy fog forming by the morning for tomorrow. 89 for the high, mostly sunny. Few clouds, warm and humid. Here's what we're looking at. Hot for the next couple of days. Rain late Friday into early Saturday. I think the air show should be fine. It should be early enough in the morning that by the time you wake up, it'll be out of the area. More rain Tuesday and Wednesday. Coming up on Fox 45, we'll talk about the All-Star forecast. And also on Fox 45, I'll be stepping into the phone booth. Some great prizes ahead. Guys?
Thank you, Andrew. The boss was a Buckeye.
Coming up, how Yankees owner George Steinbrenner affected Ohio State and his surprising connection to Woody Hayes.
I shot his father's wedding video.
When he came over to pick it up, it wasn't ready.
Him and his father had been very angry with me.
You were jerking him around.
He became very irritated with me and furious and proceeded to walk over to my car and keep it.
Judge Judy, tonight at 7 on ABC 22.
Accused of molesting his Oscar-winning sister, Monique. He's denied her claims until now.
How will you feel when you leave this show, having said that I molested my sister?
Stop. Stop.
Tomorrow's Oprah.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC 22.
It's DaveNet for...
Enjoy springtime with Time Warner Cable. Time Warner Cable, the power of you.
Only with Time Warner Cable.
Well, New York Yankees owner and Ohio native George Steinbrenner passed away this morning at 80 years old after a massive heart attack. Steinbrenner not only changed baseball, but he was also an Ohio native and a huge Buckeye supporter. Steinbrenner is a native of Rocky River, Ohio. After college, he actually enlisted in the Air Force and was stationed in Columbus. And after he was discharged, he earned his master's degree from Ohio State. What you might not know about the boss is that he actually served as a graduate assistant under Woody Hayes from 1954 to 55. That's the year the Buckeyes won the Rose Bowl and a national title. He'd gone on to serve then as an assistant with Northwestern and Purdue before venturing off into owning sports teams, starting with the Cleveland Pipers. You remember them? A minor league basketball team. His biggest achievements, of course, came as the longtime owner of the Yankees, who he led to 7 World Series titles, but always was a Buckeye fan and a huge Ohio State supporter. And tonight it's safe to say that George Steinbrenner will be honored throughout the entire All-Star game, and you'll see just how great Steinbrenner was at building a champion. He has 7 Yankees on the AL All-Star team. The Reds, we're proud of just having 4 because that's the most they've had since 2004. The biggest selection has to go to Arthur Rhodes. The 40-year-old reliever is in his first All-Star game, and he is very deserving. At one point, he pitched 33 straight scoreless appearances. Also on the team as first-timers, Joey Votto and Brandon Phillips. Votto was the last guy on, winning the NL fan vote, and Phillips is a Gold Glover, a 30-30 man, but has never been recognized until now for his talents. Also on the team, veteran Scott Rowland. He's made it before, but the last 2 times, 2005 and 2006, he was injured and did not play in the game. Very excited to be there tonight. Now, hopefully the Reds players can help end a miserable drought. The National League hasn't won an All-Star game in 13 years. That's almost as long as the last time the Reds were in first this late into the season. For all the players involved, it's definitely an honor to be considered one of the best in the game.
It's great. It's an honor. Like I said, yeah, it's a truly blessing to get a chance to be here and to be able to be part of this and be around these guys and be in their company is exciting.
Cage, and it's almost. You can watch the 81st All-Star Game only one place. That's on our station, sister station, Fox 45. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. From the celebrity concerts to the honoring of Steinbrenner to your favorite Reds. Do not miss a minute. Here's my bet, guys. Scott Rowland, walk-off homer. NL drought ends. Go Reds. Right? Are we not allowed to say that?
All right. Thank you, Nathan. Well, everyone deserves a little summer vacation.
But as Carl Day explains, even man's best friend deserves a little R&R.
His thoughts, his vision. A better day with Carl.
The happiest place on earth is now pretty happy for more than just the people who visit. It's also pretty happy for their special pets. Seems that Disney has opened its own resort for your pets. After all, don't they deserve a vacation too? It has fancy suites and a water park. Enough room for 270 dogs and 30 cats, overnight or for longer stays. Get this, the suites have TVs, gourmet food, raised bedding, private patios, one-on-one playtime, cuddle time, bedtime stories, bottled water, special orthopedic beds, grooming, and a private walking park. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? I don't know what the cost is, but the Disney folks say the goal is to make sure their furry guests are going to have as much fun as you will. And if it pans out to be as nice as it sounds, those pets are going to react just like our kids and not want to come home.
Watch A Better Day with Carl every Tuesday and Thursday night on Dayton's News Source. The opinions and statements made in this commentary do not necessarily reflect the views of this station.
And with every summer vacation around here, sometimes that includes some rain.
Yes, it does.
It does include some rain. We could be dealing with a little bit more tonight, but honestly, tomorrow you're going to be worried more about that heat. Close to 90 degrees for tomorrow. How about 91 for Thursday? The humidity making it feel like it is in the mid-90s. As we head into Friday, we'll see rain later in the day and mainly overnight. Right now, it looks like it should move out in time for the air show to begin. So right now, the air show looking completely dry after we get that morning rain out of the way Saturday. Less humid with high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, but the humidity making it feel much more comfortable. Monday, Tuesday, more rain making its way into the area. But basically just dealing with that heat the next couple of days. And I think one thing that'll help people with that heat, maybe if they have something to do, maybe go to the Boonshock Museum, maybe get tickets to the air show. We got the phone booth coming up on Fox 45 at 6:30 and some great prizes to give away.
Timing looks like it's going to be kind of tricky for air show because you have rain in front on the forecast and rain behind. So
yeah, so it'll be buffered right in there.
More reasons to stay tuned.
Hopefully it doesn't move. Keep it right there.
Exactly.
We'll see you over on Fox 45 at 6:30.
Good night.
Thank you, Dayton.
This family took our Fit Kids Challenge and won Cedar Point tickets. Go to Dayton'sNewsSource.com and tell us how you plan to keep your kids fit this summer.